Welcome, everyone, to the Comic Couch Podcast. I'm here today with Jilly.
Good day.
Blackjack.
Hello.
And Buoy.
Hello.
And today, we're of course going to be talking about the news available to everyone around the world. And to start off with, we're going to talk about, as pretty much always, DC television, considering now's the time when all the news comes out about it. And we've got a lot of Arrow stuff coming. First thing up is a confirmation that a certain character will not be coming to Arrow, sadly. Green Lantern, even though he was teased so many times in the show, I guess he's not going to be in it anymore.
Yeah.
And we're specifically referring to Hal Jordan.
Surprise.
Yeah, surprise, I know.
Teased plenty of times within that atrociously horrible third season.
Yeah.
But teased nonetheless.
Yeah, he's been teased a couple times, and even in season 1, with Ferris Air being mentioned. And then it was also mentioned in The Flash season 1. And then he was going to Starling City at the end of season 3 and the Arrow. I guess it's not going anywhere. Wonderful.
Yeah, but like his power ring's probably the entire CW budget combined. So
It's probably true.
I'm not that. I never had high expectations.
Yeah, well, I was always thinking, like, if they weren't going to do the Power Ring, I wouldn't expect them to because of the budget. But I always thought they would probably do, like, Hal Jordan in, the past, because that's where he's going to Starling City in the past timeline. So I was like, oh, well, maybe he's going to meet Hal Jordan before he gets the ring. So they could save up on the budget. And then, like, at the end of the season, he'll get the ring and we'll never see him again.
Yeah.
Pull a Smallville.
Yeah.
I don't really, I guess it's because they don't want to put him on the small screen because they're having him on the big screen, I guess is the reasoning. I mean, that's why they're not doing the Suicide Squad anymore, which doesn't make sense because they have Barry Allen, his own TV show. And
yeah, but we don't know that Barry Allen's the one in the movie yet.
It's
been rumored for a long time.
It's been rumored for a long time, and it probably will be.
Probably.
But
Well, by that time, Ezra Miller got really high and he's all like, I'm the Flash. He's the Flash.
Timelines, dude. It just dimensions.
What was it? He called it like some.
Nobody knows. It's just a bunch of.
He was going on about dodgy
jumbo.
things.
My favorite stoner.
make love, not war.
Yeah, so I don't know, but I never really bought into that DC would be so against including characters on the show that they're going to have in their movies, because why even do a Flash show in the first place then? I mean, because they obviously knew they were going to do a Flash movie by that point.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, he's one of the bigger DC characters, so obviously there was
even, like,
eventually going to be a movie.
Yeah, even the month the show premiered, they had their announcements about their DC slate. So it's kind of weird. I don't know. I would have thought they would have had a Hal Jordan in it. I mean, even if he appeared in season 4 of Arrow, we're not going to see the character in the movies until 2017 at least. So for Justice League, I don't know. It seems weird. I don't know why they're doing that. Hell, why even have a Constantine show?
Yeah. Well.
Well, they don't.
Oh, that
Well
hurts.
played.
That hurts.
So another part of Arrow, and also The Flash, is that Katie Leutz, who played Black Canary in Season 2 and Season 3 of Arrow, who got offed. It's not spoilers anymore. It's been talked about everywhere. If you don't know about it, sorry, I don't really care.
It's in the damn trailer.
Yeah, it's in the damn trailer. So before she appears in Legends of Tomorrow, they're going to do her whole revival origin story on Arrow, and she'll also appear in The Flash later on.
Ugh. Oh,
You're not a fan of her, are you?
I am not a fan. I was so happy when they killed her off at the beginning of Season 2 and...
Season 3.
3, yeah, Season 3, my bad. It's the only good thing about Season 3. And, that was sarcasm, by the way, but still, you get the point.
No, it was kind of true. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about. I mean, it's just an interesting way to also show that Legends of Tomorrow is tied to that, and get some of that Arrow and Flash crowd onto that show to begin with. So you can be like, oh, find out more of the adventures of that character no one really cares about, who has been replaced on her show in Legends of Tomorrow. I don't know.
I'm glad she's coming back, I guess, as a different character and not the Black Canary.
Oh yeah, that would have been really weird.
Pitched for Laurel to be the Black Canary since day one. And so, I mean, even though it happened a little quick, I'm glad that Sarah's out.
Yeah. You guys have any opinions on this Blackjack boy?
Not really. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to have an opinion on something that you don't really like.
It is true.
Yeah, I mean, it's lukewarm for me, I guess. I mean, just throw everything on there. I mean, they've got nothing to lose at this point.
Once you've casted a black actor in the role of a Nazi, you're just kind of like, well, let's see where this ride goes.
Yeah, throw Supergirl in there for all I care. And hunky Jimmy Olsen.
And Brainiac's little sister.
Hunky black Jimmy Olsen. And Brainiac's sister.
Yep.
Bernetta.
Brainiacina.
Alright, so we're going to move on from DC TV. That was kind of like it that we have for DC television. Nothing really big has happened. There was a Supergirl trailer that came out, but it was basically just a shorter version of the trailer we've seen a million times. So.
Manu Bennett did announce that.
Plus the pilot leaked online, so if you've not seen it by now.
What was that, boy?
Well, the pilot leaked online ages ago.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you don't know what's happening, you're kind of behind.
Yeah. So, you got something to say?
There was that little bit about Manu Bennett saying he probably won't return to Arrow anytime soon as well.
I didn't expect him to after how much he railed on Arrow. After what they did to him in season 3.
That is a shame.
And then I think it was a couple months ago he completely shit on the writers. Before they ruled anything out, he was just talking about how they disserviced the character from the comics.
Yeah.
So
I think everyone would agree with him there.
Yeah, it was written on the wall that he wouldn't return. Which was better, I guess.
Stephen Amell also said that the main theme of season 4 is going to be magic and mysticism, which possibly opens up areas for Constantine crossover and stuff like that. I guess.
We talked about that last week. I'm still holding out hope on that one.
Yeah,
I hope that happens, and I still hope it's Matt Ryan. So,
and he also gave a few more hints as to Green Arrow happening.
Well, he's called Green Arrow now.
Yeah.
It's not really a hint anymore when they outright said he's Green Arrow now.
But will he be Green Arrow or still a quasi-Batman called Green Arrow?
Don't go down that road.
No, he's going to make jokes. He isn't going to be Green Batman anymore.
And then season 5 will have the full-on goatee thing going.
They're never getting him the goatee. I've accepted that now.
Well, maybe one day they'll glue it on his face.
We'll get it at the end of the last episode.
Then they'll pull a Smallville, and then he suddenly got a beard on.
Yep.
So we're gonna move on from that. It was surprising we found something else to talk about. We're gonna move on to the DC animated stuff, and first up is Batman: Bad Blood, which is going to be the first of the new announced movies, and we're gonna be talking about the little sneak peek appearance that was on the Justice League Gods and Monsters Blu-ray and also leaked online, which is maybe how some people saw it. And what do you guys think of it?
That's how I saw it.
Don't admit it.
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the DC animated movies right now, especially the Batman ones. And right now they're adapting my favorite Batman storylines all into one movie. So from what I've seen, I'm not overly impressed because they're taking it and basically making a bastardization of it.
Did you?
In my opinion.
Did you saw Batman vs. Robin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just watched that very recently. I actually really liked it. I thought it was really well done. I don't know how you feel. I'm sure you hate it because Damien's in it.
Yeah. See, it's annoying. What annoys me is the fact that Damien is one of the worst things about those movies, and he's one of my favorite characters, and it just annoys me.
Well, I like where they're going. I like where Batman vs. Robin left off, and I do kind of like what they're doing with Bad Blood, with the whole mantle being taken over.
Yeah, well, it's instead of having Darkseid shoot Batman time traveling laser eyes and all that nonsense. They'll just make him go missing, which is an easier story to explain, and I accept that part of it. But it's the whole. I don't like the way Heretic is being portrayed, and I'm not a huge fan of the relationship they've built up with Dick and Damien in that universe. It doesn't seem right to me. But I'll watch it and I'll see how it is, and maybe it will pleasantly surprise me, or it might just be exactly what I expect. I'll see.
Well, I'm hoping it surprises you, because I like the idea that they're going for in it, and I do like how they're introducing a Batwoman, Batwing, and how they have a team of villains in this film instead of just one specifically. So I really like that, and we'll get Firefly and Electrocutioner. We're getting Arkham Origins villains thrown into this too.
Killer Moth is even in there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Doesn't he just look kind of like I forgot how he looked in the TV spot.
He looks basically exactly like Firefly, but with a slightly different paintwork, which kind of makes sense because in the comics, Firefly was Killer Moth's, sidekick almost. But then Firefly just went, absolutely mental and started burning crap, and Killer Moth was like, this is crazy, I'm leaving.
You're burning my moths. My moths are going to the flames. I would have liked if they did the design that they did for... did you ever see the Batman animated series from 2005?
Yes. Yeah.
I always like seeing Killer Moth be lame. I don't know. I would have loved if they did something similar. And also the movie does come out this year, actually, in the fall of 2015, so that's different.
Another Batman movie.
Yeah, I know. Jilly's not a fan.
I mean, I'm a fan of Batman. I just kind of feel like I'm getting overloaded with the Batman animated stuff, which, I understand he's a big seller and whatnot, but,
Come on, Jilly, take that big old bat dick. You want it.
Yeah, I just want a good film first from Batman, The past couple things that they've been doing have been...
I am not a...
Ooh, they make my tummy hurt.
I'm
all that
not
vomiting.
a fan.
If nothing, they should recast Batman.
Yeah.
Not Jason O'Mara.
I was going to say, I am not a fan of Jason O'Mara.
Jason O'Mara is a terrible Batman.
Okay, compared to every other actor they've had, yes.
Bring back Kevin Conroy.
No, he's bad on his own. It's not in comparison. He's just bad on his own.
He's got a good voice. The only problem I have with him is that there's no difference between his Batman and his Bruce Wayne voice. It's the same voice. There's no difference.
He doesn't sound like Batman.
Well, that's because, isn't he Irish?
Yeah, but I mean...
We foreigners can't be Batman.
Come.
Christian Bale was Batman for 3 movies.
We come here, Joker. I'm going to
Christian Bale's practically American. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you heard his accent?
Yes.
It's hello, I'm Christian Bale. I talk with an English accent.
Oh, good for you. Christian
he's Welsh, so...
Oh, yeah.
That's,
He's American in my book. Just like Henry Cavill. They're all Americans.
Yeah. Henry Cavill's American accent sounds better than his, natural speaking tongue.
That is true.
Oh, yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does.
You know it does.
He sounds like he could host a radio talk show in the day and then fight crime at night.
Especially
like a quasi-Batman.
Especially in his Man from U.N.C.L.E.
He could
voice.
talk me to sleep.
He could host his podcast. Hey, Henry Cavill, come on the show. Please.
He's not listening.
Hey, come on.
He's not one of the 5 people who listen to this.
Don't tell the audience that.
We have to tell them about all the fake accounts we own, okay?
It's we pay Buoy every night to just sit at his computer and reload the page every damn minute. Gets us all our views. Alright, so let's move on to the next part of the DC animated stuff, The Killing Joke. And this is a quick little announcement. Everyone, I'm pretty sure, saw it coming. Mark Hamill will indeed be voicing the Joker for it, so yay. Mm-hmm. More Mark Hamill is always good.
Mm-hmm.
Now just get Kevin Conroy.
Yeah. Well, he said on Twitter he's got 2 upcoming projects, DC related. And Killing Joke could be one of them.
Mm-hmm. It has to be.
I can't imagine Warner Brothers wouldn't bring Kevin Conroy back for The Killing Joke, because him and Hamill, him and Hamill together. I mean, it's kind of it'll piss off everyone for one.
It's like Kardashians and sex tapes; they go together.
Well, I'm sure it'll be a way for them to end the Conroy-Hamill relationship in the films, because how they're always together in their projects for DC. I kind of feel like that's probably a great way to cap it off, is by doing The Killing Joke as like their final work on it.
Yeah, I would have thought that, that'd be the Arkham series, but I'm all for The Killing Joke, Also, I have a feeling the other project Conroy's doing is probably another bit part like he did in the Batman versus Robin movie, where he's literally just the Bruce Wayne's dad, whose name is escaping, Thomas Wayne. I'm sure that's I'm sure that's just what his other upcoming project is. That's a donkey dick. Oh my god, that'd be such a slap in the face. And then go back to listening to Jason Amara. Oh my god.
It would be even better if they had Jason Amara for The Killing Joke.
I don't even know if I'd watch it.
Don't you even joke about that.
Yeah, jeez.
Fine, I'll knock on wood. God. All right, let's move on now from the horrors that could be onto the DC DC expanded universe. You want to differentiate yourself, I guess. And the first
from the other company.
Yeah, first thing we got to talk about is something we actually forgot to mention last week, and that is that Del Toro is.
We don't forget anything.
There was a purpose behind it.
It's all purposeful.
Was Del Toro dropped out of Justice League Dark because apparently the time that Warner Bros. They pretty much instantly wanted to start doing the movie, and I guess that would have interfered with Del Toro's shooting Pacific Rim 2. So, in continuing news on that, Del Toro really doesn't know where he wants his career to be. So.
It's been like that for the last 5 years.
Maybe a director, a character in a Marvel movie. I can't make up my mind.
I love Del Toro, I love his films, but I'm like, why did you know? I love Pacific Rim. I freaking adore that movie. I would much rather see a Del Toro work on Justice League Dark than Pacific Rim 2.
Oh, most definitely.
No, Pacific Rim 2.
I don't really care. Like at this
point,
no
one cares about Justice League Dark.
I wouldn't say nobody cares, but I'm not as excited for it as like his Pacific Rim 2. And then, with him siding with Pacific Rim 2, that gives him more creative control all around, that's his baby.
Yeah, but so is Justice League Dark. It's because of him we're even getting the movie in the first place.
Yeah.
Because he's like, he talked about it back in like 2013, how he was working on the script for it. He brought the whole idea to Warner Brothers in the first place. They're still probably going to use the script, which is cool. But at the same time, it's going to be missing that Del Toro style, whoever they choose.
You think they had the Enchantress in it?
I hope so.
Yeah. When was the movie?
I wonder if they'll rewrite him in, or her in.
When was Dark slated to come out?
There wasn't really ever a slated release.
I think it was kind of assumed somewhere between 2015 and 2017.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think it's
definitely not.
I think I was always thinking it would probably come out in 2019 when Del Toro is done with Pacific Rim 2, but now that he's we know that DC's really wanting to do this right now, I'm thinking we might see it 2018, 2019. So around the same time I figured.
Yeah, I don't know if we're ever gonna actually see it.
Don't jinx it, please. I really want to see this movie. I really want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see Pacific Rim 3.
No. Go watch Hey, you know what? You love Pacific Rim so much, and I know how much you just love anime. Why don't you go watch the Pacific Rim anime when that comes out?
Because animes, gives me confusing feelings.
If I wanted to watch an anime with robots fighting things, I would just watch Gundam. And I don't want to watch Gundam because I don't like anime.
What the fuck is Gundam? The fact that you know that.
How do you not know what Gundam is?
It's Gundam Wing, it's a classic.
Yeah, giant robots,
I'm an uncultured swine.
You uncultured swine, how do you dare not know what Gundam is?
What more do you want from me? I told you.
Right.
I gave you an explanation.
Gosh.
Okay, let's move on. We got some Batman versus Superman stuff. First one, and this one is pretty stupid, but Eli Snyder, Zack Snyder's son, is supposedly playing Dead Robin, which would probably mean Jason Todd. Whoever believes this, I'm sorry, but you really need to think on your decisions, because wow. No.
We're still going on the
Because we
assumption
all
that-
know Jason Todd is going to be the new Joker.
Oh my God.
You know,
That rumor's a bunch of
all of
crap.
those
I'll say that right now.
All of those dumb fan theories. Oh.
I like when fan theories like that get promoted from theory to rumor just out of the thin air. And that's what I've seen. Like, I'm seeing it reported on various, small shitty sites.
Smug, like Movie Pilot.
Yeah, and like Cosmic Book News and stuff.
Yeah, it's...
And they're like, it's classified as a rumor now.
Yeah, this is obviously just came out of nowhere. And there was a tweet where Zack Snyder did show him and his son. He was like, the boy wonder, with a question mark. And I'm just like, okay, I think he's probably just having fun with this.
I think he's trolling.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder's a troll.
You guys remember when Snyder tweeted that picture of Cavill with the lightsaber? And he had his like little cloak on it, and everybody thought it represented Cavill, not Cavill, Superman going to the dark side.
Yes.
And being the villain in the whole film. like he was going to turn into, was it Bizarro Superman from Superman 3? Or he's purple and he starts
Drunk
drinking and
Superman?
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he fights himself.
Drunk Superman. I can make lasers come out of my eyes.
Take this, Johnny Walker. I'll show you justice. People need to get a sense of humor. My goodness. Stop taking things seriously so much.
Oh.
Jesus. Yeah, now you fine viewers know how we feel about that little snippet of a rumor.
It's dumb.
It is incredibly dumb. Moving on. This came out just today, in fact. We've got some new Batman vs. Superman pictures and nice little descriptions with it. Mm-hmm. Yes, and very nice looking pictures.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of geeked out a little bit. The picture of Superman when he's standing in the rain, and he had the little little hair curl come down. I know it's just because of the rain or whatever, but I was kind of like, oh, he has a curl right there in that picture. I was like, yeah.
Even though it's not in the center.
I bet in the very next frame he brushes it away with his hand.
Yeah, and then I was sad.
He's like, oh, that looks stupid. Flip.
I think it's in the ruins of Wayne Manor. So
Oh shit, that's Wayne Manor?
Yeah, because you went to the preview or the teaser theater thing, right, James?
Yeah.
And then they had that 2-second add-on.
Yeah,
where it's just the two of them running. I guess that takes place in Wayne Manor. And then it's weird. But then the next image you see Bruce with the bat signal.
Mm-hmm. That's a really cool shot.
It's a cool shot, but it's in the rain and stuff, and you gotta assume it's a top GCPD or something. So
yeah,
is Superman gonna pick Batman up and just fly him home late at night? And carry him by his cape.
Well, Batman probably got drunk that night, so he can't drive his Batmobile.
Wasn't there a description in that picture about referring kind of to Jim Gordon as well?
Oh yeah, it said note the almost medieval shape of the bat armor designed to level the playing field when he's exchanging blows with Kal-El. The bat signal, a legacy from the Commissioner Gordon era, is now being used to lure Superman for a mighty set 2.
So we
Who
might
the
not.
fuck uses set 2?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah, so we might not see Jim Gordon.
Well, wasn't he retiring or retired?
Well, in the Dark Knight Returns story, yeah, he's retired and Commissioner Yindel takes over. But I think we're just not going to see Gordon in this film, but I think it's very possible that we'll see him in the actual solo film.
Yeah.
Like
So
maybe he'll
Batman.
come back out of retirement and Bryan Cranston will play him. I don't know. I mean,
Bryan Cranston.
Ugh, who's your source, James?
Is that the guy from Malcolm in the Middle?
well, I have my sources in Warner Brothers. I'm not going to say who, but they've told me.
My uncle works in Nintendo.
My uncle works at Nintendo. He told me Lex Luthor is actually Superman clone.
Did he tell you Jason Todd was Joker too?
Yes. How did you know? Do you have sources too?
Yeah, my ass.
I just saw the movie early.
So, I want to just kind of go off topic just for a second here and make a note that when you said Bryan Cranston, Boy was about to ask, is that the guy from Malcolm in the Middle? Never mind Breaking Bad.
He's right. Well, I mean, come on. We all know Malcolm in the Middle is the better product.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Obviously.
That awkward moment when you think it's when you agree with that statement, even though it's supposed to be sarcastic.
Huh. Yeah, he was in that.
Well, now I know how I think about Blackjack now. All right. Doesn't like Breaking Bad. Okay, carrying on.
Yeah. No, I grew up on Malcolm in the Middle. Well, not necessarily grown up, but binge watched it on Netflix.
Haven't we all? All right.
Yeah, so.
So yeah, I got some nice cool. Oh, we also have the Jesse Eisenberg image as Lex Luthor in a basketball court.
In a basketball court.
Yeah,
I think he's going to knock this role out of the park.
I think so.
He's the hoop god.
The little bit of dialogue that he did have in that most recent trailer, I really liked.
Made me quiver.
I think he's going to shut up the naysayers.
Yes.
I'm a big supporter of him, but his hair is just so fucking stupid.
His hair is beautiful. You shut
He's
your
a
whole
wig.
mouth.
Yeah.
Ginger
why
and
did they
proud.
Yeah.
Surely it's a wig.
Yeah.
I mean, we know he's going to
No.
be bald. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
the end of it.
But I mean, couldn't they have just given him a little bit of a shorter haircut?
No.
Like, no. What about the
It
No, 'cause
matches
he's
his
Lex
personality. Lex Luthor's a big old
flamer.
no, don't you dare go there. No.
Well, you said, oh, your personality, the red flame. I don't know. That's the first thing that came to mind.
Well, I mean, like he's got a big show-offy personality, so it makes sense that he has this big, long, curly, show-offy hair.
What about a big, bald, shiny, show-off head?
Because
I mean,
then
you could-
bald. Because then he's probably like, oh, I'm gonna look inferior because I'm 32 and bald.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I can reflect your eye beams with my forehead.
They really,
My favorite, I think, so far in any media, my favorite Lex Luthor has been the one we've seen on Robot Chicken. If you've ever watched the DC specials.
yeah.
Sex
What is it, Sex Luthor?
Or do you think we'll see the power armor in Batman vs Superman?
No.
Oh god, I
Yeah.
hope not.
I like the power armor. I don't think it's a great part of Lex Luthor, but I don't think we'll see it in this movie.
Yeah,
so
not
a Man
in
of
this
Steel
film.
sequel.
I mean, you gotta, and a Man of Steel sequel.
Yeah.
Because you gotta really give it some build up
Yeah.
to it.
It's like it's gonna be like Green Goblin and the Amazing Spider-Man 2, where it's like as soon as he gets really sick, he just instantly goes into some power armor for no reason and flies off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then DC will sell the rights to a different company, and we won't ever
Sell
see
the rights to Marvel.
We won't. We won't ever see that
Revert.
sequel.
Revert.
You know.
Revert the Batman Superman rights back to Marvel.
And then we'll get another Superman origin film.
Yay! More blowing
He's
up
in high
planets.
school.
More genocide.
More snapping necks.
Do a Smallville remake.
Oh my gosh, no.
All right, let's move on.
What's dead should stay dead.
Asa Butterfield for Clark Kent.
Okay, come on.
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern, the Green Lantern Corps movie.
Corpse.
Little thing,
Yeah.
as we all have, if you are in the whole blogosphere of looking at all the news surrounding Green Lantern Corps, Tyrese Gibson has for a long time been campaigning for the role of John Stewart. And recently he just confirmed that he has had meetings with Warner Brothers. Not sure if it's for a potential Green Lantern role, because my thinking is that whenever someone goes in wanting a role, it seems like with these superhero movies, they end up getting another role entirely. Like with, and I'm already forgetting his name again.
Vin Diesel.
The guy who played Groot.
Vin Diesel.
Thank you, Vin Diesel. Because he wanted to play the Vision, and he ended up playing a talking tree, so I kind of feel like it's going to be the same thing, where it's like Tyrese Gibson wants like the starring role, and then they're just going to dress him as a tree and put him in the background like they probably did to you in the school plays as a child.
Let Superman snap his neck. The man of murder strikes again.
No. This time, Tyrese Gibson, he's going to be the voice of Chip, the Squirrel Lantern. DC needs its Rocket Raccoon. He's going to be a smart mouth. A smart mouth talking squirrel.
That's hilarious.
Can we get him a talking moose as a sidekick?
Hell yeah. Just Rocky and Bullwinkle this shit.
Gosh.
In space. It's perfect.
Watch me. Yeah.
Don't give him
It's his
ideas,
power
damn
ring.
it. Yeah.
And then they
Get
can
a
meet Daffy Duck as a Green Lantern in space. It's perfect. It all comes together.
WB TV, DC TV, what's it? Fuck it. Oh yeah, the extended universe.
Yeah.
All confirmed to connect.
Well, I think the reason why they did that is, there was rumors at least for them to, and I think we mentioned this once before, but they could possibly go to a HBO because Warner owns it, and so that's why they wanted to not call it the cinematic universe, maybe, or maybe they just wanted to be different than Marvel. Who knows?
Yeah, that's probably why. But anyway, Tyrese Gibson, that whole thing, I don't mind Tyrese Gibson. I don't mind him as an actor. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with him if he got the role. I really don't care. But I don't see it happening because it's coming off as desperation. And I don't know if that'll play well.
I don't like it at all. I mean, if it means we get Chris Pine as Hal Jordan,
I'll have to stop you there because this literally just in, according to the Wrap,
What?
Chris Pine has closed a deal to start opposite Gal Gadot in Wonder
You're
Woman
fucking kidding me.
Really?
as Steve Trevor.
What?
Huh.
You're full of
There's
shit.
no Warner Brothers official statement, so it might still be a rumor, but according to them, it's an exclusive that he's closed a deal.
Rap? You're...
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'm looking up right now to confirm.
Huh.
Oh my god. What? Chris Pine, you fucking idiot. I mean, yeah.
He's already been in one space franchise. You think he wants to be in another?
Hey, wait. Shh. Remember, the most important thing is that I mean, if you're gonna start alongside somebody, it might as well be Gal Gadot because I don't need to go into that. And two, El Mayembe was wrong.
Well,
Remember when he's gloating on Twitter about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
FYI, I broke that Chris Pine Green Lantern rumor 17 weeks ago.
Huh.
Remember where you heard it first.
Yep, it's on Comic Book Movie now. Chris Pine officially joins the cast of Wonder Woman. Yep.
That is one sexy Wonder Woman.
That is
cast.
one sexy one. Good on him because he gets to make out with Gal Gadot in the movie. But
We speak not of that
No.
interaction, James.
I feel like that Pine could be better used for Hal Jordan.
yes, absolutely.
Because I mean he's not gonna. I mean he'll have a kind of a big role for a little while, but I mean the Steve Trevor story only goes on for so long.
Yeah, and take into account too, we've had that rumor, and I believe the artwork at DC's Comic-Con panel showed that Wonder Woman's a period piece. So that means Steve Trevor's only going to be around for one movie anyway.
Well, if they do a
Well,
trilogy or
that's
something.
still not 100% confirmed.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
well,
if that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if they do multiple movies, he'll appear.
What will
But,
he be,
I
Frozen?
still. Well, no, if they do, because there were rumors.
He's
a while
really
back
Captain
that
America!
They were, yeah, they were gonna focus on World War I in her first film, World War II in her second, and then if they ever got to a third film, they'd do like a what you want to call it, like a timeline crossover, where he fills in the gap between, like it puts her, goes from point A in World War II to point B in modern day.
So basically, Wonder Woman's entire trilogy will all be prequels.
Fans of
Yeah, which is kind of bullshit, but
fans have already moved on and started
Still all
fan
rumors,
casting
Yeah,
Jake
still
Gyllenhaal as Hal Jordan now.
Oh, that's been around for a while.
yeah. Didn't WB one?
Oh! Chris
I don't really
Pine,
mind it.
goddamn you! I'm sorry, guys. I was really excited if Chris Pine was going to be Hal Jordan.
Didn't Gyllenhaal turn down replacing Hardy?
We're having a
Suicide
James
Squad.
Man mental breakdown here.
Well, one thing that is, I think he might have chose it for is in the New 52. Steve Trevor's shown quite a lot up in like the Justice League issues and
He's the Nick Fury
the story
of Justice
arcs.
League.
I was going to say more the Agent Coulson, but yeah, I guess he is. He worked for Argus, and he's kind of like he knows Wonder Woman. And that's how he gets connected to them. But he knows all of them, and he's kind of their accepted government kind of friend.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, if they go down that
Until
route,
Superman pisses on him and steals his
Yeah.
girlfriend, and then like he's in a coma, and then he just steals his girlfriend while he's in the coma. So, good guy Superman.
Well, if they go that route, then that would probably mean that Wonder Woman wouldn't be a period piece then. But you know,
I doubt it's a
I hope it
period
is.
piece. to be
Yeah,
honest.
I don't-
That'd be
I think
really
maybe parts of it will be set in World War One or
Yeah.
two, because it'll show that. I mean, it's a completely feasible idea that she's been around for ages. She's not human, and so it's completely feasible that she is really old. But I doubt they'll set the entire movie in the past, and if they do, I'll be surprised. But I hope they don't make Steve Trevor an old man because he's a cool character.
Yeah, I just don't see them.
Yeah.
I just don't seeing it being a period piece. As Boy said, it couldn't have some references to that stuff. But like, I just think the similarities with Captain America would be
Too great. Yeah.
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 If they were to
Well,
put Wonder Woman back in like World War II era.
Mm.
And plus, all these movies are supposed to tell one continual story of the universe and all tie into each other in some way. And if you set one right in the past, I don't feel it would have the same effect as it does if it's set in the present.
Yeah, I agree.
well, the San Diego Comic-Con concept art though that they showed off for Wonder Woman, I forget what it was. She was like standing atop some soldiers, and they looked like doughboys. So, I mean, that's definitely World War I stuff.
Yeah, but then they could also just that could be like
do
we've talked about. That
flashbacks.
could be just a certain scene specifically,
Yeah,
not
'cause
the entire
yeah.
film.
Warner Brother, we all know they're, with Man of Steel, they did flashbacks, so it's
Yeah.
definitely possible. And I feel like with Batman and how he's older and everything, they're gonna have to do flashbacks with that. So, might be getting a lot of Arrow effect.
Mm-hmm.
Joke about that.
All right, we should probably move on because that was a major turn right there. Breaking news on Comic Couch. Okay, Jake Gyllenhaal, now's your time, I guess, to be Hal Jordan. Go ahead, do it, buddy, please, because I just lost fucking Chris.
Or know what they should do?
What?
Tyrese Gibson is Hal Jordan, and Jake Gyllenhaal as
Jon Stewart.
John Stewart.
Take that, racial
Tyrese
barriers.
Gibson will be in whiteface, and then Jake Gyllenhaal will be in blackface.
They were like, "Hey, Fantastic Four, we see what you did with the
I'm
Human
the
Torch.
dude."
Well, look at our Green Lanterns." Ah!
And then
I'm the
John will
dude
be in
disguised as the
brown face.
dude playing the dude.
Yeah.
They get a really white ginger guy to like play Simon Baz, and
James.
And then they get a really good-looking bald black man to play the only ginger Green Lantern.
yes,
Give him a really high-pitched voice and just scared shitless of everything.
Or, you can just have Tyrese Gibson be the fucking squirrel like I think he should be. That would be great.
Okay.
Chip.
Yes, that's a great idea. I'm happy I came up with
I
that.
can imagine Chip with Tyrese Gibson. Okay, I want that now. I want that.
I still want
I want
Rocky and Bullwinkle, Green Lantern.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah,
Breaking news, guys.
enough fan casting.
We're going to move on to Marvel Studios and the Netflix. This is a
Run across the
huge
street.
Netflix day recently. And we've gotten a few confirmations, a few rumors. First up is, and I kind of figured this one, I think most people did, is that Jessica Jones is coming late 2015. So expect to see that within the next 4 months.
Yep.
Yay.
I'm guessing November. It'd probably be.
Quarter
I
four.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
October or November.
November.
Right
Well,
before the
see, that
holidays.
goes in hand with what they said next, is that, okay, Defenders is coming after all the 4 solo series have launched, and the plan is to have a new show or season come every 6 months, so it would make sense, because Daredevil came out in April, for Jessica Jones to come out in October, based on that timeline. I don't know, it could be different after Defenders. Who knows? Maybe they mean after Defenders, honestly.
Forgive me for this, but what's the other one? Because I know we have Daredevil, Jessica Jones,
Iron Fist,
Iron Fist.
and then Luke Cage.
Okay, Luke Cage.
Luke Cage first before Iron Fist. Iron Fist is last.
So Luke Cage is going to be in...
Why?
He's because they already cast Luke Cage because he's in fucking Jessica Jones. So.
I know, but Iron Fist is so much more interesting.
Well, we can't have black superheroes, Blackjack? Is that what it is?
Don't tell me what my opinions are.
I just want to see Moon Knight, damn it.
Yeah. I want to see Punisher get his own show.
That
I want to see Ghost Rider, goddammit.
with Nicolas Cage.
Nick Cage.
Fuck you guys.
I'm back.
Fuck you guys.
To the Declaration of Independence.
I know I'm 45, but I'm going to play a 20-year-old.
That's
Got
right.
this.
I'm in, Gary.
So
Fuck Nick Cage.
That's what the whole plan is. Shut the fuck up.
You don't fuck Nick Cage. Nick Cage fucks you.
Okay. Woo. That's the whole entire concept right now for Netflix, is that for each new show or season, they'll come every 6 months. So definitely expect to see Luke Cage and possibly Iron Fist next year in 2016 to add to the ever-expanding comic book movie show world of 2016, where like every movie's completely different, every show's completely different. Really exciting stuff.
And yeah, and
Jeez, James, those are big words for you.
they'll probably follow, because Jessica Jones, actually just now they were talking about how that will have a darker tone too, like Daredevil. Mm-hmm. So
that's gonna be the
if all of the
that's natural.
Shows.
Yeah, all the Netflix shows will probably kind of break away from the Marvel movie formula. And
Good.
Well, yeah, it's nice. It's a nice contrast. And
It is.
That's the way it should.
Well,
it should be like that. I mean, you're gonna micromanage the hell out of a city. Shit's gonna get dark.
Yeah. Well, it's like Daredevil was probably my favorite thing to come from the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah,
So I
definitely.
was like, if more of the shows are like that, then I'm all for it. I'm all aboard.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also just a rumor recently that was announced for the Netflix stuff, is that there might possibly be a Thunderbolt show in development.
Who said that?
Says another. It's called the hashtag show. I know.
What the?
I know. But what they basically, I guess they've mentioned rumors before about Age of Ultron, and apparently all of them are pretty much right. So it kind of seems possible that they're talking about a Thunderbolt show. I don't know. I don't think Marvel would do it just because the general public would probably see that as a ripoff of Suicide Squad. I know they're kind of different. They're kind of similar in that they have the whole villain roles going on, like villains being in a certain team to do missions. But
Yeah, there's other characters I want to see.
yeah.
Get an adaptation before Thunderbolts.
Also,
That's my thing.
Mm-hmm. Also, I don't see Marvel Netflix having a big enough budget to get all the like movie actors like who have played villains in the past. Like, I don't see them getting fucking Tim Roth on the show or anything. So
What if they get all the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. villains?
then I won't watch it.
Absorbing Man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
You can get Absorbing Man and Mr. Hyde. There you go. That's really it.
They did Galvatron or whatever.
Galvatron the Transformer.
I can't remember. They hinted at him, then he never came back or something. Anyway,
Galvatron was the even more evil version of Megatron. So just so
yeah,
people know. All right, let's move on now to another part of the Marvel Universe is Captain America: Civil War. There's been little stuff teased about, mentioned how it's probably going to have a simple story. And I don't know, Civil War was kind of, the comic itself, I don't know if I would really describe it as simple. So,
No.
yeah. Because it's all
it was
about
pretty linear.
allegiances and whatnot.
When you can get 15 spin-offs,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's far from simple.
When it's 98 issues long, it's far from fucking simple.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I guess.
Well, I mean, the main story's only like 6 issues or something.
Yeah, but you
yeah.
have to put in all the tie-ins.
Yeah, but I've read Civil War throughout the times. It makes sense. It's pretty linear. It's just like Captain America thinks this thing, Iron Man thinks this thing, and they fight.
Yeah, I feel like with all of the heroes they're gonna have into it, they kind of have to do a simple story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just gonna have layers, like an
Yeah.
Like an onion.
Or cake. Cake has layers.
Cake does have layers.
Everyone likes cake. And everyone likes Marvel.
I wonder, though, since Civil War is going to be kind of like the major part of it, and we also now know that, you know, the whole Bucky Winter Soldier thing is not going to be a huge aspect of it, where does that leave Crossbones? Considering he's the guy who kills Captain America. I mean... And he was built up in the Winter Soldier, and we do know he is in Civil War. So it was like, you know, this big villain that was being brought up, you know, in Winter Soldier.
Well, wasn't there rumors that Crossbones is one of like the catalysts basically for the big event that causes the split in the heroes?
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was something like he causes Bucky to basically kill a ton of people in collateral damage as part of the new Avengers, and that's how it all happens. And that he isn't actually that big a part of the story, but then it is found out that he was working for Baron Zemo later in the film.
Because it's Baron Zemo.
And then at the end, and then everyone kind of teams up and fights Baron Zemo.
Ah, I didn't hear that rumor, but that actually kind of works, because that also play into the fact that the actor, whose name's, again, slipping my mind, who played...
Frank Grillo.
Frank Grillo, thank you, a really good actor. He wasn't on the set for that very long. I think he was only there for 2 weeks, so...
Yeah.
That might go hand in hand with that, then. Okay, well, I can see how that'll work, then. I still hope when they do Civil War, they'll do the actual thing of having an elementary school blow up and all the children die, but that's just me.
I doubt
Marvel needs to go Mark Millar dark.
They said Civil War is going to be dark. I don't think they'll be going that dark as blowing up like a school of children.
Yeah. Missed opportunity. That's why Netflix is better.
It's gonna be like Fox Dark. That'll rustle some jimmies there. Sorry.
So one F word.
Dark.
It'll be kind of dark.
And there's also Ant-Man is definitely going to be in the movie because Paul Rudd has been on set. So neat. And I know we touched upon this in our Ant-Man review. Please go watch it. Where
Unless you've not seen the movie, spoilers.
watch it anyway.
Yeah.
Where we assume Ant-Man might be replacing Goliath's role in the story. We hope not.
No, he's not going to die.
But the possibility is there.
I don't know if I mentioned this in the review. I may have, but I could see them, it would be sad, but I could see Hank Pym becoming Giant Man in Civil War and kind of fulfilling that role and being that, giant character that dies in the film, like in the comics.
Goliath.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
They're gonna.
No one cares who Goliath is, so it doesn't really matter.
Because he's dead. Jokes are in bad taste.
That's his biggest contribution to the MCU. To the
But yeah,
Marvel universe is
I don't
dying.
see them killing off Scott Lang, especially after this movie, and
Yeah,
I'm
after they
sure
decide to
it'll
film.
generate enough money to warrant a sequel with him in it. So
They're gonna kill him
They'll
off
bring
and then
Quicksilver
send him
back.
to Tahiti.
oh,
He's
Yeah.
gonna stay in. He's gonna stay in Coulson's old hotel.
It's a magical place. Okay, so let's talk about the MCU characters we know who will be in it. We've got, obviously, Captain America, Iron Man, Winter Soldier, Incredible Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, Vision, Crossbones, Fury, Mariah Hill, Loki, Agent Carter, possibly Coulson and his gang. That would be stupid. Guardians, Sif. Yes, Baron Zemo, Ant-Man. There's a lot.
The last two I know are still up in the air because Guardians might not come until the Infinity War.
I doubt the Guardians will be in Civil War.
I don't think they'll be in Civil War.
I don't
I know
see
they'll appear in Infinity War.
I don't see Coulson and gang being there either. They could have a reference. Whatever.
He's doing dub smashing
Yeah.
on Twitter the whole entire time.
It would ruin it because the whole thing is that the Avengers don't know Coulson's still alive.
Yeah.
But if they know he's alive, then it kind of ruined the whole bit in the Avengers.
That
Plus,
bit's already
people
ruined.
don't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Well, people do watch it, but what I mean is everyone doesn't watch it. So if Coulson all of a sudden shows up in Civil War alive, anyone who hasn't watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
He died in the Avengers.
Yeah.
So I doubt we'll ever really see Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. ever integrated into the MCU movies
Plus,
ever, except maybe in Infinity War at the end.
Plus, while I don't hate Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'd really hate for it to actually be acknowledged in the movies. That's a no-no in my book. Oh, also one character who has been confirmed to be in it is General Ross, played by William Hurt, who we haven't
that's
seen
right.
since Incredible Hulk.
No,
So that's really awesome, because
It's-
like Incredible Hulk's always felt like, you know, the dark horse. in
it's
the Marvel universe.
validating its existence.
Yeah. About damn time. So yeah, there are those characters, and then I really hope that we're gonna get some of the Netflix characters appearing in it, such as Daredevil.
I want to see that bit in the comic where Daredevil does the whole Judas thing with the
Well,
coin and stuff. I like that bit in the
Wasn't
comics.
he on the
Although
set
technically it
for
was
Civil War?
Daredevil.
I don't know. I don't think that was. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it.
I can't imagine them
I think
not
there's
using
maybe
him because I
something.
know he had a part in the actual comic.
Yeah, wait, no.
Yeah, he
There
did.
was a rumor actually. I remember reading a rumor where it was like a guy saw him going to the set with his costume, but he was only there for like a day or something, shooting a small scene.
Okay.
So maybe there'll be like a small scene where like the government catches him or something because of the registration
All
act or
right.
something like
There's
that.
always that
And
possibility.
it'll just be like a small scene of different heroes being caught.
Well, I'd certainly like to see some of the Netflix characters thrown in there, and of course we're gonna have Black Panther make an appearance, and hopefully, and also Spider-Man, and hopefully we'll get like maybe a Doctor Strange cameo.
Woos.
I imagine.
Spider-Man.
I imagine if we don't get a Doctor Strange cameo, the after credit scene will kind of be in reference to it, because usually those kind of the after credit scenes kind of are like, hey, this is the next film that's coming out, has something to do with that, so or a very future one, and they didn't allude to anything in Age of Ultron, so I imagine they'll do it in Civil War.
Yeah, hopefully. Because I'd really like a nice little sneak peek at what Doctor Strange will be like.
The old Benedict Cumberbatch.
Old Benedict Cumberbatch. Moving on to that, did you guys want to bring up the supposedly leaked Spider-Man costume?
Yes.
Okay. If we have to.
If we have to. This is just, we don't have to talk about it for long. This is something that came up in the middle of the week, and it was like a supposed Russo brothers account on Twitter was made, and they were like sending really close-up images of something that looked like possibly the Spider-Man outfit.
And different other bits and pieces.
And it's had a weird history because it's like, it's been debunked by James Gunn, and then
But then his tweet was deleted.
And then he deleted the tweet saying the Roosters will never have a Twitter account. So whether that means the Roosters do have a Twitter account or they are making a Twitter account, I don't know. It's really weird. I really don't think that had anything to do with the costume. I just feel like it was probably just someone trolling, but...
Plus, well, my thoughts are things are debunked all the time, and then they've turned out to be true. So I don't ever trust anything anyone says, because I've seen, I can't even remember what the last one was, but someone's like, "Oh no, I'm not doing that," and then a couple of weeks later, was it not Paul Rudd? He's like, "Oh no, I'm not doing Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Those rumors are completely false." And then like a week later, he's like, "I'm doing Ant-Man. Those rumors were completely true." So. I'm still hesitant because from what I saw of the costume, it looks pretty cool,
Yeah, there's one.
in my opinion.
Yeah, there's one picture that looked like it almost could be kind of those old throwback Ditko eyes, where they were more of kind of a circle
Yeah.
than anything. I think that'd be really cool if we could get expressions with
Yeah, they look
Spidey's
cool.
eyes.
What is he, Deadpool now?
No, he's the PG-13 version of Deadpool.
Yeah. Especially the Ultimate Spider-Man version. The TV show. So yeah, there's that. We really have no idea what's going on with that whole business. There's a lot of hearsay about what it could be, and then we've got, debunkings and then not debunking. It's bizarre. I don't know what to make of it. To move on from that, we've got our little final part of the Comic Couch podcast today, and that is the trailers. And we have just one, but it's one very special trailer. Spectre.
It was me, James. The author of all your pain.
Mm-hmm.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
I was waiting for you to finish.
James Bond.
My name is Bond. James Bond?
I was building it up.
Yeah, the trailer looks very good. I'm very excited for it. I love James Bond, so
Yeah, the last
I was
one.
all on board for this.
Yeah, it
And
just goes.
I've watched a lot of the old ones with like
Mhm.
Connery and stuff in them, and they're really, really good. And he's considered by many the best James Bond, even though I think Craig is.
Yeah, Craig is my
Was
favorite.
kind of solidified, especially with that last film, was just so good.
Mhm.
And so obviously the hype going into this one is just monumental.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And from what we've seen, it looks gorgeous as Skyfall did.
Yeah,
And that's mainly because Sam Mendes is behind the camera again.
yeah. Sam Mendes. He's what a franchise like Bond deserves. Somebody behind the camera of his quality. Like
Yeah.
as much as I loved Casino Royale with Martin Campbell, I mean, Bond films deserve at this point a higher class director.
They deserve a really well-respected director. And, as much as I like Martin Campbell and I like what he did with, rebooting Bond twice with GoldenEye and then Casino Royale, he's not exactly, a revered director. So it's really cool to see someone like that take over the mantle.
Yeah.
And hopefully, and I don't say this often about Sony, but hopefully they will keep the rights after this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we all know that's up in the air, and if they can go to a different studio, we might not see Craig back. And that would be a terrible shame.
Yeah.
Well, I believe the rights for that specifically might just be distribution, because MGM still make the movie. So it's possible, the contract is still with them. But yeah, I'd rather have just Sony, because it's like, as much as we will bash Sony for poor marketing choices, poor film choices, they seem to
Good
really...
Spider-Man movies.
They seem to... Well, that's a whole other discussion. They seem to really get Bond right, I feel, with showing it to the American public and showing it around the world, because freaking Skyfall made $1 billion.
Yeah.
That's
Deservedly
insane
so.
for a James Bond movie. Especially with the time period it came out in, It's I really don't see Spectre making as much money, just because I think like literally 2 weeks later is when the final Hunger Games movie comes out. So I'm thinking that's probably going to take a nice little chunk out of their box office. But still, movie looks fantastic. Also,
James Bond could take Hunger Games any day.
yes, he can. Fuck you, Jennifer Lawrence. Daniel Craig is where it's at.
Well, okay.
Listen, just because you don't want to have Daniel Craig take you.
I mean, she's...
You're the only one here that will proclaim that, James.
I probably am, yeah.
I would choose Jennifer Lawrence over Daniel Craig, but that's just my section.
I'd
That's
choose
just
James
you.
Bond over the Hunger Games.
Well, what's a nice inclusion in the movie is the villain, or supposedly the villain that we have, because there's always
Possibly.
twists and turns with James Bond movies, is Christoph Waltz appears to be playing Blofeld, who is the leader of Spectre. And, yeah, one hell of a choice for your James Bond villain.
Do you think he's going to have the cat? I really hope they give him the cat.
I hope he has at least one scene with the cat, because I know, as we saw in that trailer, there is like that kind of throwback to having the whole evil army. So I'm hoping maybe they'll go just that one step further with him having a white cat and petting it.
They're gonna trump any plot twist they pulled off in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 and their proclaimed what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? Supposed Amazing Spider-Man 3, in turn waltz into Dr. Evil.
I don't know what he's on about.
Yeah, I kind of.
Did you say a sentence or different words put together?
I have no idea what you're on about. You sounded like you were going somewhere, but then it was just like, wow. It was like watching the Hindenburg go down.
Well, I'm eating a banana right now, and so I'm trying to multitask. So,
I wish I was eating a banana right now while we talk about Daniel Craig. Anyway,
you could eat his banana.
Spectre looks really good. One more thing I just wanted to talk about with that trailer is we did get a nice little peek at a Dave Bautista as sort of the muscle character.
Batista sounds like a Taco Bell drink.
Sorry, that's just like WWE entrance, whatever. It was poorly done.
No one watches wrestling.
We understand, though, what he means by that. I like the idea that we're kind of getting back to the whole James Bond thing of having sort of these over-the-top kind of side villains, at least, or in some ways over-the-top.
Henchmen.
Like we had...
Like Jaws and Oddjob.
Yeah, exactly. I like having more of that in there, because, like, as much as I love, the Daniel Craig James Bond movies, we never had, that kind of weird sidekick villain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We had one in Quantum of Solace, but like he didn't have a name, and all he did was get tripped over and like crack his neck, and that was it. That was the highlight.
But he did it well.
He fell down that staircase very well. Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
He died
He did like a
a
champ.
henchman's death.
A good death is its own reward.
Good death is its own reward.
Yeah, so that's the Spectre trailer. I'm sure we're all excited to see it. I'm definitely gonna freaking see it. I'm gonna try and see it opening day.
It.
Fucking James Bond. Get pumped, people. I want you all to see
opening
it.
day over here.
What?
UK goes mad for James Bond.
Well, I hope so. He's like a national treasure there. He carried
He's
the
one
Queen.
of ours. He's Scottish.
Well, I know that. I know, but
People's.
the British have taken him, so.
Yeah.
The British are
Just like they took our independence, damn it.
Yeah, take your independence, take your bond. Next we're just gonna steal Wales from you guys.
Wales has like 5 people. You steal all those 5 people. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, but have you had their chips before? They have bacon flavored chips, and it's not that shitty American stuff. It's wafer. It's like
Okay.
wafers 2.0.
Okay, I think we're gonna end
When you
this
say
show.
chips, you mean crisps, right?
European lingo.
Okay, so that's been the Comic Couch Podcast.
America.
Really odd one we've had here. It's been actually a lot of fun. So I hope you guys all enjoyed watching. Does anyone else have one last thing to say before we go, besides bacon chips or crisps?
Crisps.
My banana was a little ripe, but I stuck through and I ate that whole thing.
Yeah. Oh.
Once again, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Killing me. Okay, I don't think we're gonna top that one. So, this has been the Comic Couch Podcast. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.